Happy Sunday! Michelle Lee here with the Sophia Mystery School and Prelude to Making Light of Your Shadow. New filter. I thought I'd go back to the nose focus. You know, let's just make my nose the most prominent aspect of my face. I'm going to share with you an adorable little picture of my grandbaby yesterday. One of my grandbabies, Sophia. She actually let me put the tape on her nose this way. I'll include that in the comments below. I'm tuning in from my home in the forest in Prescott on my porch swing. It's beautiful out here. It's 88 degrees with the breeze. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm tuning in here to give you the top 6 reasons why you definitely want to integrate your shadow, which I will be teaching you how to do next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 11 a.m. till around 12:15 or so Pacific time. This was a training I did a couple months ago. I did a 1-hour training on really the foundation of what your shadow is and why you want to integrate it. But I've expanded this free training now to be 3 days. We'll go 75 minutes or so, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I will take you through a powerful process where you will not only identify a shadow aspect of yourself, but you will also integrate it. So yeah, let's talk about those top reasons. I have my notes here, I have my list. Reason number 6, we'll count down from 6 to 1. You definitely want to hear the number 1 reason. It just might blow your mind. Number 6. The number 6 reason why you want to integrate your shadow is to access the power that your shadow has. Now, whatever your shadow wants, your shadow gets, because that is where the lion's share of our shadow is. Lion's share of our power is. So when you integrate that shadow, when you make that unconscious aspect of yourself conscious, then you actually access that power. So if you've struggled in the past, setting goals, not reaching them, wanting to manifest things and not ever quite manifesting them, that's because there's an aspect of you that doesn't want that thing. So when I teach you how to integrate your shadow, you actually gain access to the power that your shadow has that has been creating and manifesting the opposite of what you truly want. Number 5, accelerated progress in manifesting you want. Not only just manifesting you want what you want, but becoming who you want to become. When you begin integrating your shadow and working with yourself, all aspects of yourself, instead of working against your shadow aspects, you actually progress so much faster. So much faster. Reason number 4. Reason number 4 is to bust through those repeated patterns wherever you feel stuck. And that's where I hear so many people saying, I'm stuck. I know I want to get from here to there, but I'm just not making progress. Your shadow, integrating that shadow, connecting with that shadow, fully understanding your shadow, brings you out of that stuckness, because you're kind of in a loop, right? Because your shadow wants something different than the rest of you wants. Like I said, your shadow gets what your shadow wants. Number 3, why do you want to integrate your shadow? Is to live in radical approval. Do you go through your life like looking at things, looking at the news? Hey, Amy, so happy you joined. Welcome. Judging everything. Are you judging people on the internet? Are you judging circumstances that happen in the world? What is your judgment? That is a shadow aspect of yourself. And when you integrate your shadow, we really talk about being radically approving. What happens when you are radically approving? Well, you can't be radically approving of the outside world without being radically approving of yourself, and vice versa. And when you move into this energy of radical approval, like we came to this planet because anything goes. We came here to experience all of this. And being in judgment of it is simply being in resistance of it. And wherever you experience resistance out in the world, you are experiencing that same kind of resistance within yourself. So becoming radically approving actually integrates the inner conflict that we carry so much in ourselves. And when that inner conflict becomes inner peace, which it absolutely does, which takes me to reason number 2, right? You actually integrate that power, and you generate more energy, you retain more energy, because judgment and resistance is exhausting. So of course that energy turns into energy for everything you want. Number 2 reason for integrating your shadow is accessing true inner peace. So that inner conflict, that we all live in inner conflict. We're taught that, right? Like, how do I do this or do that, or I want to do both? And that inner conflict becomes outer conflict. So integrating that shadow self, that shadow aspect of yourself, actually creates a greater inner peace, true inner peace. And number 1, I wish I had a drum roll, please. The number 1 reason you want to integrate your shadow is because your shadow is actually your higher self. Let me talk about this a little bit, because that's kind of a mind blower. And in teaching Prelude last time, and then going through and doing the program, Making Light of Your Shadow, I would say this throughout the program: your shadow is your higher self. And people are like, yeah, and you're probably thinking that like now, like it's a concept. But by the end of Making Light of Your Shadow program, at the 8 weeks, everyone had embodied that. It like clicked, it made sense. So your shadow aspect is actually your higher self. So if you think about it this way, we came here to experience, to live in duality, and to be dual beings. And in order to do that, we had to hide our power in order to experience what we can experience on the planet, which is to be powerless, to suffer, to believe that we're separate rather than one, right? In order to make these illusions believable to ourselves, we actually had to hide our power from ourselves. And that's where we did it, is in the shadow. Our higher self actually came here to have all the don't like experiences. Your higher self came here to have the don't like experiences. Your ego actually came here, your ego, which is usually running our life mostly, it's your ego that wants to have the millions of dollars and time freedom and money, financial freedom. That's your ego self. But it's okay, because you can have all of it. But first, you have to integrate that shadow to access the power. You get to really understand that you're not victim to any circumstances. So if I've intrigued you, if these top 12 reasons, if you haven't seen part 1, go check out my video part 1 that I did yesterday. But if these top 12 reasons resonate with you and you're like, wow, maybe this shadow work has something to it, I will put the link in the bottom so that you can, in the comments, so that you can register for my free training starting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 3 hours later for Eastern time, so 2 o'clock Eastern time. We'll run about an hour and 15 minutes. Not only am I going to train you, I'm going to take you through interactive processes to truly integrate an aspect of your shadow. So You're not going to be listening just to a talking head. I'm going to take you through a 2-step process over those days for you to integrate, identify, connect with, and integrate an aspect of your shadow. So great transformation is available to you this week, and I would love for you to be there. I'm going to share the link in the comments below so you can join us next week. I guarantee it will shift how you think about shadow, how you think about yourself, how you think about the world. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah. Have an amazing Sunday. Bye for now.